Great morning, great morning, great morning. Happy Monday to everybody. This is nothing but the truth weekend review. Command OG Truth with the two Hertz with a Z. Got LT coming in. Sam should be coming on hopefully. Make sure y'all hit them buttons, man. Everybody in Mad Mike Twitter, True Sports and Entertainment, and Mr. White. Uh, Long story short, the Falcons laid an egg yesterday. They lost 30 to nothing to the Carolina Panthers. What happened, LT?
We got our ass whooped. That's what happened. Man, it was absolutely abysmal on every facet of the game. Offense, defense, special teams, coaching. The game that we saw yesterday, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. And I know people might say, and I know some people say that's a little premature or whatever the case may be. But if we're being honest, the game the Falcons had yesterday was literally a fireable offense. You scored no points. You couldn't get nothing going, offensively or defensively. You you're organizationally better than the Carolina Panthers. From the owner to the front office to the GM to the coaching staff to the players. You're organizationally better than the Carolina Panthers. And you got your ass handed to you yesterday by the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers look like a team that wasn't even worthy of being on the field the first 2 weeks. Now they look like world beaters against us yesterday. You can't have that happen. You cannot have that happen. The Falcons look absolutely lost. No motivation. Like, where's the sense of urgency? Who's on the sideline that's gonna speak up like, hey man, we need to get our act together. We playing real bad right now. There's none of that from your players or your coaches. Then when the game over with, after you don't allow the Panthers to take you to the Jeffrey Dahmer necrophilia challenge because you was dead but you was still getting fucked. Your head coach got a big ass grin on his face, smiling and high fiving. What is that, people? You cannot have that happen. What we saw yesterday, and then you expect from my stance on the head coach to change when stuff like that is still happening. If you want to know a true change within your organization, you do not lose football games to teams that is inferior to you. In the words of a YouTuber by the name of Urinating Tree, playing down to your competition. And you play so far down into your competition, you play beneath your competition. They put up 30. You didn't score a point. It looked like a West Coast production out there. For the ones that know, they know. But that game was abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. You cannot have that. That would literally be a firing offense in most cases. The only reason why the man got a job right now because it's still early in the season. But then you look at the next 3 games. You got Washington next week, come off a big win with Mariota as their quarterback. You got the bye week. Then off the bye week, you got Buffalo. And after Buffalo, you got San Francisco. Like, this is what you're doing? And by the way, I watched the fan base dismantle a kicker, which a guy I've seen plenty of times. He went to Georgia Southern. I've seen him in Statesboro many days, whatever the case may be. But you dismantle a kicker for his kicking woes. Even though he went 2-3 in the game, and granted, if you look at across the league, the kickers ain't nobody kicker been kicking great all season. But except for Brandon Aubrey, that's in Dallas, maybe. But still,
Had several
like
block kicks yesterday. Several.
several. Nobody on special teams performing like they should. Nobody. But you fired this man because John Parker Romo had one good game. He went 5 for 5. And then yesterday he went 0-2. The first one he shanked the shit out of. See how this is what happens when you do things prematurely. This is what happens when you don't make sound decisions when it comes to your team. Now you got more questions on the season than answers. Hell, do you even see yourself being a playoff team? Now I could understand last year we played Pittsburgh week 1, and then we beat Philly week 2, and then we lost to Kansas City week 3. The 2 losses last year, even though they were winnable games, they were understandable losses. Those were good teams. When I look at the loss against Tampa, you didn't lose to a better team. You got out coached. The loss yesterday, again, out coached. By the way, your head coach got on the press conference and said that we got out coached. That's also a verbal offense. No, motherfucker, you got out coached. You did nothing. That game was reminiscent of that Denver game last year. Now then y'all were blaming Kirk Cousins, saying it was his fault. Now I'm looking at some people turning on Michael Penix already after his 6th NFL game as a starter.
Same shit they did to Ritter.
Same shit y'all did to Ritter.
Same shit.
Like that, what I saw yesterday, and I can listen. All I can do is laugh. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna lie to you. When they went for it on 4th down to get a touchdown later in the game, even though they could have kicked the field goal to make like 26-0, I said, nah, don't kick the field goal, go for it. Fuck them. Embarrass the Falcons. My OG here said something in our group chat yesterday, and I wholeheartedly agree. We need to get rid of the stench of 2016.
Got to. It's still lingering. You got one player left.
You got one player left on that team, and you brought back a coach from that. You brought back 2 coaches from that team, which is Raheem Morris and Jeff Ulbrich. Get rid of the stench of 2016.
Let's just get rid of the stench of it. Jake Matthews ain't got long anyway. Raheem Morris should be fired. He should be fired this morning. But I know
If we really being honest,
he should be fired. Here's why he should be fired. To come out unprepared 2 out of the first 3 weeks. Last week's game, you had a problem with the headset. Why am I hearing a slick excuse about the headset? Why y'all ain't prepared for that? Why is your team unprepared, Raheem Morris? Why am I
But
hearing
the worst,
complaint?
but the worst part about that is because people were saying they were trying to give him the benefit of the doubt yesterday, saying they were having headset issues, and he debunked that. Said they had like one issue, but that was it. So they gave you a scapegoat, and then you killed yourself. Go
Um,
ahead.
we looked a step slow. Um, Penix was off. He was off bad yesterday. He missed a lot of throws. I'm not concerned about it because I kind of felt that he wasn't completely ready anyway. Um, we still got receivers failing to bring in the ball. Mooney couldn't bring one in over there on the sideline on a crucial third down. Uh, then you got Ray McLeod falling down on the route. That's that Penny's second pick. I can't put on him. Ray McLeod stay on his fucking feet. It's a big game. Or at the very least, he drops it and it's an incomplete pass. Um, the old line pretty much hold up. Hell, Penix didn't get sacked yesterday. Strangely, uh, I don't know if Cousins got sacked because I started tuning it out then.
He didn't. He didn't. But
Uh,
but but his, but that's wild, OG. Your quarterback didn't get sacked not once yesterday, but your offense looked that fucking bad. Like you can't even put on the old line. You can't even say the old line had a bad day yesterday.
you know, a lot of people talking about the play call. I'm gonna say this. I told LT yesterday. Yesterday, I talked to two Carolina Panther fans, diehard Carolina Panther fans. They both asked me the same thing. Why y'all go away from the run, man? They was they they was fucking terrified about our run game. Y'all threw to our strengths. That's on Raheem because Raheem's supposed to know. I mean, you want to blame Jimmy? About to say Jimmy Lake. That's who got blamed last year. Zach Robinson, have at it, but you still got drops. You outgained them by 133 yards. First, the Falcons are the first team since 1970 to outgain a team by 133 yards or more and lose by 30. I'm gonna say
Not
it
only that
again.
we lost by 30, we didn't score a fucking point. The only in an offensive friendly league, in an offensive friendly league, you did not score a point.
We still missing big tackles on defense. Caden Ellis played a pretty good game yesterday, but it could have been a great game. He had like 3 tackles for loss. What's with this goddamn leaving your feet shit and, and throwing the guy down? What is it? Would it look cute or something? Why they can't stay on their fucking feet, man? Uh, Yesterday I spazzed out. I ain't spazzing out no more of these motherfuckers, man. I'm just counting down to Raheem Morris. Get the fuck on. He's in over his head. I don't give a shit about him being a brother or black guy. Y'all kill me with that cornball ass shit. What in the fuck has that won us? All this old culture shit. What in the fuck has it won won us?
Nah, shit
And the only team screaming that culture shit, the Falcons
is look.
and the Hawks. The Dream really don't scream that shit. The United don't scream it, and the Braves don't scream it. Two of those three teams got titles, and the third team done been to three WNBA finals. Got their head cracked, but they went. Raheem Morris need to be relieved of his duties. Too many times last year and early this year, you're not prepared, bro. But you find all the right shit to say in the press conference.
We've been saying this for a while, even when he first got hired. He's
You're
Dan.
not prepared, bro.
He's Dan Quinn 2.0. He's Dan Quinn. He's the Black Quinn.
Quinn wasn't this bad.
That's true.
Yeah, Quinn wasn't this
But
bad.
you know what's crazy? What's crazy about you saying that was me searching Raheem Moore's name on Twitter yesterday, and then they showing kicking woes, and I'm looking at Tampa fans saying, there go to Raheem Moore's curse. Because it's crazy how people trashed Young Way Cool, but when he got the job in Atlanta, boy kicked fine. When Arthur Smith was running the show, one of the most accurate kickers in the league. Bringing Raheem, fall by the wayside. But from Tampa fans, this is normal for him. His kickers always had kicking woes when they was with him.
You know what I find funny? How, how damn near everybody was all on board with Zach Robinson being the play caller because they was so mad at Arthur Smith because Arthur Smith didn't bow down and cater to you overly smart dumb motherfucker.
To y'all fantasy players.
Yeah, he ain't cater to y'all. So y'all called him a fake tough guy. But guess what though? We 3-0. We 3-0 right now if he's the play call. For all of y'all who got them doing all this crying about Zach Robinson. Like motherfuckers, like man, good God Almighty, man, shit. What the fuck the baby's gonna do? That type crying, ugly, ugly crying. But you got your receivers out here, uh, breaking off routes, not finishing routes, dropping balls. We gonna wear number 7 ass out. It's a goddamn shame that motherfuckers right now, like, just let B John get his and we just stop everybody else.
I got folks arguing with me saying,
Oh, we lost LT. Um, I one of the most frustrating games I've watched out of any of my home teams in a while, man. Real frustrating. no life in the team, and why in the entire fuck are we getting delay of game penalties coming out of a timeout? That's Raheem Morris, man. I know a lot of y'all got tunnel vision on Zach Robinson and you want to fire Zach Robinson. But guess what? If Raheem Morris had his foot up Zach Robinson's ass like he's supposed to, it'd be a little bit better. But no, he's just a PR guy. He's just a PR guy. He he give you a good interview. He gonna say all the right shit. Meanwhile, we headed towards year 8 of no playoffs. If y'all would have told me the day after 28-3 that we would have one playoff appearance in the next 8 years and that be the next year, I would have been like, yeah, right. I'm like, we went 8 years, bro.
All
8 years
because of coaching.
for various reasons, mostly coaching.
Now,
I,
I'm gonna say this: 2018, 2019, 2020, coaching. 21 through 23. I'll
roster,
say, I'll say,
roster, shit. You ain't have no talent.
80% really roster.
Yeah, you ain't have
Like,
no talent. But
just like
they
even when the year y'all wanted him fired, like y'all were calling for his head. Like we said, the only reason why he got fired was because the
he
quarterback
he
situation.
fumbled the quarterback situation.
But
He should have left Ritter alone and let Ritter slowly develop. Some guys develop slower than others. He should let Ritter slowly let Ritter watch the game. Like he played 4 games, then next year he's starting out the gate. Now I would have let him watch the whole year next year, and then
well, we didn't have a choice because remember Mariota. We don't know if he was hurt for real or not, but remember he got hurt.
yeah he got yeah I remember all that. I remember all that, but that was the year that he started 4 games.
Yeah,
So, but I'm talking about the following year. You should have brought in a vet. I kept saying Gardner Minshew, Gardner Minshew, bring in Gardner Minshew, Gardner Minshew, come in here, give you 2 years, and let him go on by this way. Ritter will be ready and developed, but instead we had to speed him up. We sped him up, just like uh, y'all. Y'all was so a lot of y'all wanted Matt Ryan gone so bad. All y'all wanted was somebody with some mobility. We bring in somebody with some mobility, Marcus Mariota, and then now y'all worry about now y'all worry about the quarterback playing quarterback.
and then we tried using Riddle, who was like somewhat of a healthy balance of both, where he could use his legs and his arm. You kill him for his mistakes.
You kill him for his mistakes. Guess what? Would y'all believe it if I told you Riddle started 17 games for the Falcons? He went 8-9. Mike Vick first 17 games. The Falcons were uh 9-6-1. Yeah, one guy won 8 games, the other guy won 9 games. Of course, it wasn't the 16 games back then. Ritter had 12, 19 turnovers in 2 years. Vic had almost 30 turnovers. Not in 2 years, but in 17 games. Vic had almost 30 turnovers in 17 games. You, would you believe that if I told you?
Yeah, 'cause I watch those games. I watch a lot of those games back then. And to
Ritter
see,
had
and
Ritter
to
had
see,
14 touchdowns and Vic had 9 through 17 games. So y'all, a lot of y'all older generation Falcon fans who not patient, who wasn't patient with Ritter, y'all were patient with Vic. Vic did a lot of crazy shit on the football field, but see, he entertained y'all. So since he was entertaining y'all, it was okay to gloss over some of the shit that was going on with Vic.
you can I'm gonna give y'all an example of that. 2002, the infamous game that made Vic a household name, the Minnesota game. Yeah, you could talk about his running ability, how he rushed for over 170 yards, whatever. I said, but here's a part of the game that y'all don't like to talk about. There was a play where the defense got out there. Ray Buchanan had just came up with a pick from Dante Culpepper. Got the ball on offense. The very fucking next play, Vic fumbled the ball and gave it right back to Minnesota. But you don't talk about those. You don't talk about the lows. You talk about that overtime run that won the game. Exciting, no doubt about it. Great play,
Yeah.
no doubt about it. But when it came to most of that game out, like those like the Falcons could have easily lost that game due to his mistakes. I watched games where he played in 2005 and 2006 where the playoffs was on the line. You needed those wins to be able to keep the playoff alive. And the man missing easy throws. How many of y'all remember that game against the Cowboys in '06?
Oh, I
I'm talking
know.
about that man was throwing the ball straight in the dirt to open receivers.
Yeah, kind of similar to what was going on yesterday. I don't know what the hell was going on with Michael Penix, bro. Good God Almighty.
I could understand that because that was his sixth start. And
One
knowing Penix, he probably was still on that high of getting his first NFL win. Cause remember now, that was Penix's first win in his career. Every game he played up to that. Well, hold on. Didn't he start? No. Well, did he start against the Colts last year? No, he started against the Giants last year,
he
and we
started
won that
against
game.
he started against the Giants, the Panthers,
And the
uh,
Commanders.
and the Commanders. Yeah,
Okay. So he started against the Giants last year, and we won that game.
yeah.
And then he lost against the Commanders and the Panthers. And then this year you start off with the loss against the Bucks. You got your first primetime win against Minnesota. And then yesterday you had that. Now, granted, like we said, we're not gonna kill Ritter. I mean, not Ritter, Penix, because it is his sixth start. He got to play better, but he still got growing pains. He still have growing pains, and that's gonna come. But to me, yesterday wasn't about the players. It's about your head coach.
Yeah, yeah.
Your head, OG is not lying. Your head coach should be fired. Now, y'all might say, y'all ain't trying to give the man no opportunity. That's what, well, y'all was cool with Arthur Smith. Listen, bro, Arthur Smith had nobody on this team.
He had they didn't even have no roster. Y'all, how I know because y'all complained about the roster the whole time he was here, but you still
Like,
expected him to work a miracle.
like we talking about the man basically had guys out of Amazon warehouse playing for the team. forklift drivers was your cornerbacks. Dump truck drivers was your offensive line. Well, at least about one, maybe one spot.
Nothing against
Then,
these professionals. Nothing against these professionals. It's
right.
just yeah.
And I mean, it ain't no shot at them. It's just the fact that in most circumstances they don't make an NFL roster. But this is who he had to work with. This is what we had to work with for the most part. See, when he had a quarterback that he could work with, he did the best he could. But y'all wanted him gone so bad. If
My
you probably
God.
could have kept him here to help develop the young guys, hell, we probably could have made the playoffs the second year him being here. But you wouldn't know because y'all wanted Matt Ryan gone. Now looking at your coaches there, this is a playoff ready team. By some standards, more people say, shoot, if you had a great coach, they could be fighting for a title. But here we is on Monday, September 22nd. The Falcons are 1-2, fresh off of the abysmal loss. And we trying to figure out, and we're debating if they even gonna make the playoffs. That's horrific. There's nothing you could say off of that. There's nothing you could play off of that. The game yesterday did nothing but reassured everything our group, me, OG, Big Sam, Mad Mike, K Styles, Jew, the tactician Juan, and others that's part of this group. We've been saying that Raheem was not the guy. He did nothing but reassure that yesterday. But we get killed for voicing our opinions. We get killed for saying what we're saying. That's the problem. Why are we getting killed for saying what we already been known? And the crazy part about it, right now in baseball, if you batting 1,000, you perfect. Now we might not be batting 1,000, but we damn sure batting a strong 950. Because even when it looked like we wrong, we turn out being right. All you do is just give it time. Now I'm watching the fan base slowly making a heel turn on Raheem Morris. Oh, they wanted his head yesterday.
Oh no, all that symbolism. We got a few that's gonna go down with them.
I mean, yeah, of course you're gonna do that. But as I was watching, I'm watching a lot of the fan base start to slowly turn. But like you said, you got something gonna go down with it because everybody keeps saying, "Oh, Zach Robinson, oh Zach Robinson, oh Zach Robinson." But let me explain something to y'all folks, man. This is why we say we need to get rid of the stench of 2016 because why Shanahan ego was on full fucking display. Neither your coach, your head coach, or your assistant head coach checked him on it. Who were they? Dan Quinn or Raheem Morris? The two people that's over the OC did not check him in the third quarter or fourth quarter on February 5th, 2017. And that same guy y'all brought back to be your head coach, and he's making the same fucking mistakes. He learned nothing.
All right, all right, man, Mike, run your mouth.
Well, I'm gonna go in depth when I go live about 11 o'clock. But shit, as you can tell, I haven't even had my damn coffee yet, and um, I'm not mad, man. I really am not. I'm not disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm not anything because I told people from the very beginning that this guy just wasn't good. All he is a big fat ass in porn. That's what he is. He's a big fat ass in porn. Everything that everybody want to look at. That's what he is. I
And you,
got no I got no feelings for him. Zero.
oh no,
I don't
oh
care
no.
what I don't care whatever happens to him. Don't care. Because he doesn't. You can tell he doesn't care. He cares
He,
about his image. He cares
yeah, he's
about how
a
he
PR guy.
smiles, how he looks in the media, the right
Yeah,
things to
yeah,
say in the media. It's like
yeah.
he has everything rehearsed about when people start saying things about him. Man, they say my head too big. And then that thing, he'll probably go be getting a head transplant. Like, man, my shoes, they said my shoes are cheap. He'll be in there in the next store up there looking for goddamn Gucci shoes or some bullshit. This dude is nothing but a fake ass model. He's a fake ass wannabe coach. That's what he is. You ask him what he's good at. If he's a defensive coach, he says no. We're still trying to figure out what he is and what he is and what the identity of this team is. We know looking at this roster what this team is, but somehow we can't figure out week to week what we're going to consistently do. One week
He's
you got Bijan with damn near 30 carries and 30, 40 carries apiece with him and Tyler Algier, and the next week they barely got 15 carries a month. Well, they didn't even get 15 carries. So I don't know why I don't know why people are upset. Um, if you guys respect us, then you shouldn't even be mad because we told you this. So I hope well y'all not gonna like my tone all week. I'm gonna just tell you this right now. You're not gonna like me because I demand an apology from everyone who ever look. If you hit that subscribe button here at Man Mike Sports Atlanta Falcon Nation and 6 Man Kick Style, I demand a fucking apology. Y'all ass belong to me now. Your ass belongs to me. I told you that this dude ain't shit, and y'all wanted to look at me and just say, "Oh, yeah, it was a black man." Yeah, you called us coons. You called us we not supporting the black man. I demand an apology. I demand an apology. Me. I don't care about everybody else, but I demand an apology. Y'all just look. I want mine. Look, if you want to send me some money to Cash App and Mad Mike Sports, I look $1, $2, $3, but I demand an apology, and I want it today. This man embarrassed this whole franchise again the exact same way, and guess what y'all doing? Pointing the finger at Penix and pointing the finger at who? Zach Robinson. This is an embarrassment. This is an embarrassment. This man embarrassed his whole franchise. This man spent two first round picks, two first round picks in 1 year and still couldn't stop the Carolina Panthers. Are you kidding me? 30 points they put up and you
I
spent.
could have put up more. Could have put up more.
It's embarrassing, bro.
Like I said earlier, being not being prepared, man, that pulls my skin back, man. Because I teach and I coach. Lack of preparation.
Mm-hmm.
You played a game last week where the comms didn't work, so why are you not prepared for that this week? Why are we getting delay of game penalties after a
That came
bunch
from
of
him, Truth. He said we got out coach. He said that.
that's
He
ridiculous.
definitely did say that. He definitely said that.
That's ridiculous. He is incapable. Like Nino Brown told G Money, you are incapable of doing your job. He is incapable.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed it time and time again over this will be game 20. 17 games last year and 3 games so far this year. 20 games. He's failed to he's failed at clock management, when to
Again.
use when to use a challenge, when to go for it on fourth down, when to punt it on fourth down. He constantly
At
comes up
midfield.
short.
Midfield, he's trying to go for it on fourth down. Midfield, you get him a short field. You could have kept the game a whole lot closer if you just decided to punt the ball and just, all right, our offense ain't feeling it. Let's put the game into our defense hand. He didn't do that. He wanted to put the
Okay.
ball into the offense hands at midfield to give them a short field. And he did that 2 to 3 times during the course of that second and fourth quarters, second through fourth quarters. He did that consecutive times.
I don't know if we pulled the trigger too soon on Cool, but if that wasn't just some karma for your ass, I hate to say it.
It was.
I ain't really got much more to say on this, man. If y'all got something, man, y'all go ahead on and we get on up out of here, man. Cause we got a long week. We got to deal with a whole bunch of goddamn crying and whining. LT, what you got?
That game was abysmal, and your coach is abysmal. That's all I got.
Take me home, man, Mike.
Like I said, I'm gonna go live about 11 o'clock. Maybe a little bit earlier than that, depends on how I feel. Got to get prepared for the week, so um, mm, I it's very few times that I'm speechless, man. And I'm not even I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm not anything. I'm just looking at it's for me when I despise a human being. I tend to get short on words. Like
Yeah.
I despise Raheem because I know what he is. He's nothing but a motherfucker at a gas station trying to sell you some stolen goods. That's what he is. That's all he's ever been. And it's not me saying this out of hate and spite. The record for itself speaks.
30-49.
The record for itself speaks. We still trying to figure out, all right, what is his philosophy on offense? We don't know. What is his philosophy on defense? It changes every week. You go from blitzing heavily to going right back to covering. Cover three. We don't know what he is. In year two, we still trying to figure that out. I know what Mike McDaniel was in his first year as a head coach. Because we saw it. They were going to be a passing team. But why in year two with Raheem, we still trying to figure out what he is. When he's a 20-year veteran head coach, 20 years he's been in this league, and we still trying to figure out what. He still, with his own words, said, I'm not a defensive coach.
Do y'all know at the beginning of this season? It was think 6 guys on that sideline that were head coaches.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco, Washington, Miami, Atlanta, Green Bay. Five
Head coaches.
head coaches
Head coaches.
on
Guess
that
what they
staff.
doing now? They ain't here. Because we wanted the giggly goof. We want the giggly goof. That's handshaking the people that's done beat your motherfucking brains in. He's shaking their hands after the game. Having a good old time. It's not a good image. That's not a good image. I don't care what he was doing. I don't care if it was 3 seconds you smiling. It ain't shit funny. And he doesn't do that all the time. This ain't good at all. That's all true. That's all I got, man.
See you guys next Monday. Wednesday night, me, LT Dunn, and the crew, Sierra and the crew, we're gonna do exclusive World of Wrestling Wednesday night, 6:30 ish, 6:45 ish. We're gonna go on before the heavy hitters. Friday morning, get ready for the Nothing But the True ATL weekend preview. This is the review. Nothing else to report. Dream went home. Braves got down to the last week of the season. They've been eliminated, and Trae Young being a drama queen. So that's about it, man. For my man, Mad Mike LT, who just got up out of here, I'm OG Truth with a 2 Hertz with a Z, and with nothing but the true weekend review. We always seek and speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Get ready for Mad Mike in about right at an hour and some change. He got some. I think he got something a little heavy to lay on you.
Oh yeah.
All right, we out.